mistake. It is just the beginning. We are for a very long haul. This may be a thing which is started at whether it is petroleum plant at Galwan, at Hot Spring or Gogra. Please don't make any mistake whatsoever. It is a very long haul fight which has started, and China first step we are saying which is getting back. You want to say that the India has to mobilize the whole Indian Army and Navy and Air Force, and the way the things are hotting up into the East China Sea, in the South China Sea, in the area of Malacca and Sunda, and it is Indian Ocean region. It just happened that the people will go few kilometers back and we are happy. It is just a beginning. The era of expansionism, when we are saying it has to be reverted back. When we are claiming the Galwan, we Sarjap, next plane we are going to claim is Sarjap. You take it from me. We are going to claim the complete POK back on which they have made the CPAC. You take it from me. If you don't do it, and someone was talking, the Chinese will claim, ki okay, relax on our economic front. It has just started. 59 apps, which we have seen, and the economic, it has just started. So table has been turned. What others are bringing out, that last, someone is saying 2020 from onwards, they are saying China is not the back foot. China has been routed now. It will be routed. You take it from me. The thing next is coming. India, first time has gone to UN for the Hong Kong. Tibet is coming very soon. You will see it is. We should not judge it on a tactical and operational level. It is a long haul. If we can stay in Siachen, and you and Gaurav and Niranjan, you know better, we can stay, we can, in these areas, we can survive. Chinese army, I have seen them enough. These people can't stay 15 days. They have to pack 30 cigarettes. They have to take beer. This is a conscript army. Please don't get it. They have come with all preparations. They are mobilized. They have mobilized a mechanized division and a motorized division. And they have not done it, in a jiffy. They have not done it in the month of April. It started last year. So we have to be very clear. And as far the Pagangso is concerned, it started in 2006. They made a jetty over there. 2013, they made a blacktop road. So it is a very long haul, and India at no stage should start thumping the table and say that we have got a victory. China has just started saying at the military level and diplomatic level. I can tell you, diplomacy as goes, and after 3 days, we have got Mr. Doval and also Chinese foreign minister meeting. So these are very, very significant development. Just we have to little bit wait.
Yeah.
We should not feel very happy.
Yeah.
We have to build up more.
Absolutely,
Certainly,
sir.
we have to go whole
No,
hog.
absolutely, sir.
We should not allow the Chinese to bluff us this time.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a question for Bipendra here. Bipendra, interestingly, the general consensus here seems to be that, Chinese are playing a long game. It's not going to end anytime soon. Now, I want to ask you a different question. Let's go away from Galwan and Ladakh for a minute, Every country takes advantage of the fault lines of another country. Pakistan takes advantage of India's fault lines. China too has, done its bit overtly and covertly. What are the Chinese fault lines that we can take advantage of? Because if we think that going back 2 kilometers along the LAC is a big deal, no, it's not. It might seem like a big deal today, but China will come back tomorrow. What you need to do is, I believe, proactively hammer China. How can you do it in a non-military fashion is my question to you.
Absolutely. It's a very interesting question, Gaurav. I thank you for asking me this question. The Chinese, they think they are too strong, but the point is they have a lot of weaknesses in all areas, including the military. But since you asked me a non-military question, I will just touch upon all the non-military issues that they have. Tibet is one of the most important and the primary, weakness that China has. It occupied Tibet, and they have been having a lot of human rights issues in Tibet. It is being controlled militarily by them, but the point is, India has the biggest trump card. It's not a trump card, it's an open secret of His Holiness the Dalai Lama is staying in India. I think the government should give him more freedom to do his activities that he's doing. And the Tibetan administration, which is functioning from India, should be given more recognition by this government. That is a major, major weakness that the Chinese have. It is a major, it's not just a pinprick, it is the weakest point as far as the Chinese are concerned. And we should flog it as much as possible. The other weakness that they have is the Xinjiang area. As you all know, Xinjiang is the Chinese term for the new frontier. It means new frontier, which obviously means that it has been annexed by the Chinese. So we need to support the Uyghurs' campaign for freedom and their the democracy movement that they have, and also we need to support their human rights issues that their diaspora raises from Europe. The diaspora is spread across Europe and they raise this issue on and off. But unfortunately, the Indian government has not been responding to it, adequately. We need to adequately respond to it and support it. And of course, we have the pro-democracy movement that is happening in Hong Kong. I think India, as one of the largest democracies in the world, should come out and openly support the democratic movement that is happening for democracy, pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong. Yes, please.
Yeah, Bipindra,
Absolutely. Absolutely, Bipindra.
Yeah, Major Arya, I'm sorry.
Even last
Yeah,
point, I have a last
please.
point.
Yeah.
I have a last point to make on
make.
Taiwan.
Yeah, go on.
Taiwan is a major economic power. We need to establish economic relations with Taiwan and also give them a place on WHO. These are the major weaknesses, non-military weaknesses. We need to exploit them as much as possible. The fault line needs to be exploited.
Bipindra, I really don't have time, but I haven't taken a second question from Major General Dwivedi. General Dwivedi, I wanted to ask you, in 30 seconds, sir, if you can please tell me, today is Dalai Lama's 85th birthday. And it's exactly what Bipindra touched upon. His Holiness the Dalai Lama turns 85 today. And the US has said it has shared values with Tibet. Would you have expected some sort of a statement, perhaps, from New Delhi to send a statement to Beijing? Quickly, in 30 seconds, if you can encapsulate your answer, sir.
Well, firstly, Tibet is a trump card, and I don't think we need to make very, vocal statements about it. Silent statements are very sufficient. But I wanted to also, along the same time, make one quick point. Please understand, Xi Jinping has set up the whole issue. He has a Western theater commander, Dao Zhuxi, his own person. Liu Lin is well selected, who is commanding the Xinjiang military region. So these two people are very trusted people of Xi Jinping, and therefore they are there to stay. My only question is how we can defeat China's design, and that is by making it cost prohibitive. In case Chinese start feeling the pinch, both on the military and economic level, I think we will be able to defeat them. And Tibet, let it be a trump card. Let's not talk too much about it.
General Dwivedi, General Sinha, and all our panelists, Bipindra and General Kochhar, I'd like to thank you at this point. Major Arya, I request you to stay with me because I have a breaking news input. In fact, the Central Tibetan Administration has just responded. The subject that we're on, Tibet, if our panelists can